Hello class, let's start chapter number 7 of our geography, India, climate. In this chapter you will study about weather and climate, features of climate in India, factors influencing the climatic conditions of India, seasons of India. Weather. Weather refer to the atmospheric condition of a place for a certain time. The weather of a place can vary several times in a day, or the weather of two different places at the same time can also vary. The weather can be windy, cloudy, sunny, wet, dry, rainy, and so on. Weather includes temperature, rainfall, winds, humidity, sunrise, and other conditions. Climate. The average weather condition of a place recorded for a long time, nearly 20-30 years, is called the climate. It includes some important factors like temperature, rainfall, winds, humidity, sunshine, and cloudiness over a long period of time. In this way, the weather and climate are two different factors. If weather is a record for a short time, climate is a long time record of condition. The climate of a region has effect on the living, clothes, food, culture, and other factors of life. Features of climate in India. India is famous for its monsoon climate. Monsoon refers to the rainy season. The rain-bearing monsoon winds blows from the Indian Ocean and enter the mainland of India. We Indians wait eagerly for the arrival of monsoon rain to get relief from the penetrating heat of the summer. People are aware normal dates of the arrival of monsoon. Weather experts also forecast the arrival of monsoon. Proper date of arrival of monsoon brings proper rainfall and people expect good crop. If the monsoon fails to arrive or the amount of rainfall is less than normal, the drought conditions make the life of people miserable. Thus, the monsoon affects and influences the life of the Indian people to a great extent. Let us know the features of climate in India. The interior parts of India experience the extremes of climate. Here, summers are hot and winters are cold. Climate of India is influenced by the monsoon winds. During winters, India remains cold and dry because at that time wind blow from land to sea. India receives more rainfall during the summers. The monsoon winds blowing from sea to land bring heavy rainfall in the country. The coastal areas have mild or moderate climate due to the effect of oceanic waves. These areas are neither very hot nor very cold. Indian agriculture mainly depends on the monsoon. Good monsoon means adequate rain and good crops. Do you know? The word monsoon is derived from the Arabic word mausin, which literally means season. Factors influencing the climatic conditions. Sometimes we think, why is its climate so complex and varied? What are the factors that influence it? Climate refers to the sum of total of weather, condition and variation over a large area and for long period of time. The climate of a country includes the study of temperature, rainfalls, atmospheric pressure, and the direction and velocity of wind. These elements of climate are largely influenced by latitude, altitude, distance from the sea, wind, and ocean currents. India experiences a great variation in climatic conditions not only from season to season but also from place to place. The Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degree north, passes through the mainland of the country. The southern part belongs to the tropical zone and the northern part belongs to the subtropical zone. Thus, our climate is mainly of two kinds, tropical and subtropical. Monsoon wind is also very important. Therefore, we call Indian climate a tropical monsoon climate. We know that the Indian subcontinent is a unique separate landmass that has mountains to its north and water bodies to its south on all three sides. Those two factors, high mountains and seas, have a very distinct influence on the Indian climate. There are certain other factors which also influence the Indian climate. They are given below. Latitude. Indian climate is hot or warm depending on the distance from the equator. For example, Thiruvananthapuram in South India is warm nearly all year around, while Chandigarh in the north, being farther from the equator, has warm summers but cold winters. Altitude. The temperature of the air decreases with decrease in altitude above the sea level. The average rate of decrease in temperature is 1 degree for every 165 meters of height. The rate of decrease changes with the time of the day and the season of a place. The northern plains experience a high temperature while some hill stations in the same latitudes enjoy a cool climate in the summer season. Distance from the sea. The water bodies modify the climatic conditions of the nearby areas. The places along the coast of India have moderate climate throughout the whole year. The summer season is not too hot and the winter season is not too cold. The places which are located away from the water bodies experience extreme climate. That means summers are hot and winters are cold. Direction of winds. The winds bring in the characteristics of the areas from which they are coming. If the winds are coming from the hot desert areas, they will increase the temperature, while those coming from the snow-covered mountains will decrease the temperature. The winds coming from sea bring rain, while offshore winds are generally dry. A constant wind makes the climate cooler and hot wind makes it warmer. For example, Delhi gets colder in winter when cold winds blow down from the Himalayas and gets hotter in summer when the hot wind called the Lu blows. The Himalayan range of mountains located at the north of India are called northern mountains also. These mountains ranges separate Indian subcontinent from the rest of Asia. It also protects the people of India from the very cold northern winds coming from Central Asia. In this way, those high mountains ranges work as a barrier to cold winds and keep the country warm. This is an image of a average mean temperature January. Ocean current. A cold water current will have cooling effect on the climate when the onshore winds blow over a warm current. They will provide enough rainfall. It is just the rivers with a cold water current. That means the ocean currents, depending on their location, can be either cold water current or warm water current. Their influence is experienced in the coastal areas. Depending upon the condition of different elements of weather, the climate conditions vary. This is a map of an annual rainfall, January, India. Not only from time to time, but also from place to place. The variations in temperature, amount of rainfall, and the monsoon winds, it follows a regular cycle during the entire year. This cycle has 4 distinct seasons which follow a set pattern. These seasons are cold weather season, winter season, hot weather season, summer season, the season of southeast monsoon, rainy season, the season of retreating monsoon, autumn season. This is the map of mean temperature of India, July. The cold weather season. The cold weather season or winter season in India begins in the month of November and continues till the end of March. January is the coldest month. The sun rays fall directly on the Tropic of Capricorn in the southern hemisphere. The Indian landmass being in the northern hemisphere start losing heat quite suddenly, especially over this northern plain. Temperatures decrease from south to north. The landmass away from the sea gets extremely cold. South India remains moderately warm as it is close to the equator and also to the sea. But temperatures in North India plunge. Frost is common in higher regions. The northeast trade wind prevail over a major part of India. They blow from land to sea, thus a major part of India remains dry in the winter season. These monsoon winds pick up some moisture when they pass over the Bay of Bengal, and the Tamil Nadu coast gets most of the rains in the winter season from these winds. Generally, we enjoy a pleasant weather due to cool and slow wind, low temperature, low humidity. Western disturbances which originate in the Mediterranean Sea enter India and move eastward, causing light rain, plains, and snowfall in Himalayas. This rain is very good for the rabi crops like wheat, gram, mustard, etc. The hot weather season. As the sun rays fall on the equator in the third week of March, heat starts reaching the northern hemisphere. The direct rays move north to the equator and the Indian landmass start getting warm. Places close to the sea still remain moderate, but places in the north such as Chandigarh or Delhi have temperature of about 30 degrees Celsius. By the end of May, the temperature goes up to 40 degrees Celsius. This is India's map of onset of monsoon. The summer season is experienced from the middle of March to June. The weather is hot and dry. Even the nights are warm. Hot, dry and dust-laden winds, locally called Lu, blow over the northern hemisphere. Dust storms in the evening are common in the month of May. Sometimes the dust storms are associated with light rain and cold breeze. Some areas have thunderstorms associated with torrential rains and hailstorms. Towards the end of this season, pre-monsoon showers occur in many parts of India, especially in Kerala and Karnataka. They help in early ripening of mangoes and hence are locally called mango showers and Phoolon wali barsat. But the strong wind with heavy rains are known as Kal Baisakhi in West Bengal and Assam. The season of southwest monsoons. It begins with the onset of southwest monsoon in the month of June and continues till the end of September. The southwest monsoons bring about a total change in the weather conditions in India. This is also called the rainy season. The length of the rainy season decreases from south to north and also from east to west. The southwest monsoon winds come with thunder, lightning, and heavy rainfall. The Indian peninsula divides the monsoon in two branches, the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch. The Arabian Sea branch is more powerful than the Bay of Bengal branch. The Arabian Sea branch of the monsoon strikes the Western Ghats first and causes rainfall in the Kerala first. Then in Maharashtra, Karnataka, Gujarat and Rajasthan. This branch also caused some rainfall in Punjab and Haryana. The Bay of Bengal branch, which reaches Myanmar first, gets diverted because of the Arakan Young Range and causes rainfall in the northeastern India and the Ganga basin. The two branches meet up in Punjab, Haryana, and by that time most of there have been shed. Do you know? In English, the term monsoon comes from Portuguese term Monaco and Dutch term monsoon. It came up in the 16th century with rise in navigation across the Indian Ocean as monsoonal winds were critical in sailing. The season of retreating monsoon. This season begins at the end of the rainy season and continues upon the month of November. By the beginning of October, the southwest monsoon winds withdraw from the northern plain. The process of withdrawal is slow and gradual. This brings a change in the season from hot, wet to cool, dry. It is usually marked by clear skies and rise in temperature. The days are warm while the nights are cool and pleasant. Map of India showing withdrawal of monsoon. The eastern coast of India experiences the cyclones which originate in the Bay of Bengal. These cyclones usually cause loss of life and property in the thickly populated coastal areas. The bulk of rainfall in the coastal areas of Tamil Nadu is from such cyclones. The cycle of season is dominated by the monsoon winds. People in general and farmers in particular wait eagerly for the timely arrival of the monsoon. The prosperity of the Indian people largely depends on monsoons. The monsoon is thus a great unifying feature that makes India beautiful, agriculturally rich and culturally diverse. India's map showing average rainfall in a year. Distribution of rainfall. The physical features and the direction of winds largely control the distribution of rainfall in our country. The average annual rainfall in India is about 125 cm, but the general distribution is highly uneven. It decreases from north to south and from east to west. The coastal areas receive more rainfall than interior parts of India. The western coast, Meghalaya and the Brahmaputra Valley receive heavy rainfall from the monsoon winds. The average annual rainfall in these areas is about 200 cm. The heaviest rainfall in the world has been recorded at Mavisandam 1140 cm per year in Meghalaya near Cherrapunji. The major part of the Ganga Valley, Odisha, central part of India receive about 100 cm to 200 cm of annual rainfall. The upper Ganga Valley, eastern Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana and parts of the Deccan Plateau receive 50 to 100 cm of rainfall. This is the image of a drought due to failure of monsoon. The Thar Desert and Kutch, Ladakh in Kashmir and Lahore and Spiti in Himachal Pradesh, southern Haryana and southwest Punjab have very low rainfall, less than 50 cm. Do you know windward side? The face of a mountain which receives the incoming wind. Leeward side? The face of mountain where the winds descend after crossing the top. Rain shadow area lying on the leeward side and receives a little or no rainfall. Western disturbances, the cyclonic storms coming from the Mediterranean Sea. Summing up, Indian climate is hot or warm depending on the distance from the equator. The temperature of the air decreases with decrease in altitude above the sea level. The cold weather season or winter season in India begins in the month of November and continues till the end of March. January is the coldest month. The summer season is experienced from the middle of March to June. The southwest monsoon brings about a total change in the weather conditions in India. This is called the rainy season. The Indian peninsula divides the monsoon in two branches, the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch. The average rainfall in India is about 125 cm. The coastal areas receive more rainfall than the interior parts of India. The heaviest rainfall in the world has been recorded at Mavisarnam 1140 cm per year in Meghalaya near Cherrapunji. Thank you class. Next meet for the next chapter.